Hello, welcome to We Draw More, in this series of videos where I select 5 cards for a maximum total of $5 to upgrade a commander Precon. In this video we're looking at Winter Cynical Opportunist and their Precon Death Toll. Winter Cynical Opportunist is a 2/5 human warlock for 2 and Golgari, and they have Death Touch, and whenever Winter attacks mill 3 cards, and they have Delirium. At the beginning of your end step you may exile any number of cards from your graveyard with 4 or more card types from among them. If you do, put a permanent card from among them onto the battlefield with a finality counter on it. In play, Winter attacks, mills, and then at your end step it gets to exile any number of cards with different card types being things like enchantments, artifacts, planeswalkers, lands, sorceries, etc. And then you can put a permanent card back into play. So you're looking to get big splashy creatures into your graveyard, and you're looking to get them into play to have a big impact on the game. First choice is Karga Shadow Archdruid. They're a 1/4 Elf Druid for 2 and Golgari. They cost 20 cents, and they have whenever Karga Shadow Archdruid attacks, it gains Death Touch until end of turn, mill 2 cards. So they are an alternate mill engine to Winter. They also have, once during each of your turns, you may play a land or cast a permanent spell from among cards in your graveyard that were put there from your library this turn. The main idea with Karga is that you can get lands that have been put into your graveyard because of mill back into play, and therefore you're not falling behind because you're missing land drops. Splinter Fright is a star elemental for 2 and green. They also cost 20 cents. They have Trample, and Splinter Fright's power and toughness are each equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. At the beginning of your upkeep, mill 2 cards. Splinter Fright is a mill engine that happens irrespective of whether you attack or not. Their power and toughness will also grow as the deck does what the deck wants to do. Third choice is Summon, Primal Odin. They are a 5/3 enchantment creature saga knight that costs 4 and 2 black. They're a saga, so they have, as this saga enters and after your draw step, add a lore counter, sacrifice after 3. When they enter the battlefield and gain their first counter, they have destroy target creature an opponent controls. On the second turn they're in play, they have this creature gains. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game. They also have 3 lore counters, draw 2 cards, each player loses 2 life. Keep in mind that after you've added your third lore counter, the card is sacrificed. The end step, if you have Winter in play, you can bring them back to the battlefield and repeat the process. Summon Primal Odin comes in at $1.24. Doom Whisperer, which is a 6/6 Nightmare Demon for 3 and 2 black, costs 167 and has Flying, Trample, Pay 2 life, Surveil 2. That's a repeatable ability, which is almost as good as Pay 2 life, draw 2 cards in a deck like Winter, which wishes to do Graveyard Recursion. My final choice was Balustrade Worm. Balustrade Worm is 3 and 2 green for a 5/5 worm, which has this spell can't be countered and trample and haste, so it can attack the turn it comes into play. It also has its own version of Delirium, which is 2 and 2 green. Return Balustrade Worm from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Activate only if there are 4 more card types in your graveyard and only as a sorcery. If you do get Balustrade Worm into play by casting it, it can't be countered, it has trample, it can attack on the turn it comes into play, it can do 5 damage. When it eventually dies, you can get it back again and repeat the process. Balustrade Worm comes in at 25 cents. All told, I've spent $3.56. Tell me in the comments, what budget card would you use to upgrade the Death Toll Precon?